So yeah, the psychology scenes. I want to know from you because you were on the receiving end of the questions.
Yeah.
So, and obviously then, like that is where, outside of everything that we see that Mr. Isaacs goes through, now it's like straightforward. These are the questions that I'm going to ask you. Well, that the psychologist is going to ask you. So on the receiving end of those questions, and obviously knowing Mr. Isaacs' journey, what was that like for you?
Yeah, I think for me this journey was a personal and a character journey.
Okay.
Enrico speaks a lot about drama therapy, and I think the space created an opportunity to regulate my own emotions, but then also to regulate the character's emotions. And going through that journey was beautiful because it helped me, like I said, regulate a lot of my own emotions, but then also understand what the character is going through. And I think that juxtaposition was beautiful, just to experience it. And playing with you was obviously also special to me.
Same. Yeah, and it's one of those things, like I was speaking about it recently with someone, how sometimes it always like works out where it's like you say, yes, Mr. Isaacs, but then also regulating your own emotions, and it always works out in such a way where the characters that we play, there's something inside of us that needs the therapy as well. And so that's how it works out, that we can utilize that, you know. What I also liked was, because it was filmed in this very room, and obviously with like not a big crew, and I think what contributed to the intimacy of those psychology scenes was exactly that. Was the fact that it wasn't like, you know, this entire crew of people, so that one could really like breathe into the scenes, and so that the scenes can breathe. You know.
And it being day one on set as well.
It was day one on set.
It was day one.
It was day one on set.
Yeah.
That is true. We forget that. And so then before diving into like the narrative, the further narrative of Mr. Isaacs, Jay is now al klaar in the psychology van Mr. Isaacs.
Yeah, and I think the space helped a lot, like you said, coming into an empty space. But also being filled with so much emotion. Enrico playing his tunes in the background and everything, and also obviously going through the script so many times. I think that the atmosphere was just set already. That something is about to happen, even though we didn't shoot it yet. Something is about to happen, and obviously understanding the character's journey was beautiful.
And in terms of playing the psychologist, low-key, kind of always wanted to be one. And what is lovely about it is that, or what I enjoyed about it, is being able to sort of like relive that little fantasy of mine of always wanting to have to maybe gone into psychology and whatnot. But then also being aware of the fact that you, in that profession, having to, especially when you see someone that is distraught and a character, now you know that this bra has gone through these things, and having to handle it with caution, you know, and to tread lightly. You still want to get the answers out, but you know that you can't force something. You know that you have to, like, you know, be very careful about how you want to get the information out, because you want to get the information out.
What was your process like with that? With obviously not crossing those boundaries of that's a bit personal. What was your process like?
I think for me it became about having the utmost respect for the profession of psychology, and always anything that I do, because at the end of the day we need to remember that these are real people, these are real professions out there, and so dealing with it with the utmost respect, and then also being aware of the fact that now it's not necessarily in an appointment session. He rocks up at the house, there is not an appointment now already. In a way, we've kind of crossed that professional thing.
Yeah.
And so now in crossing that professional thing, now you also kind of within trying to remain professional, you also realize that a certain line has been crossed. But you are also aware of the fact that in this situation, maybe that line needs to be crossed. You know? But I think in terms of process and whatnot and approach, my biggest thing was respect to the profession, respect to people who go to therapy. I myself have had to go to therapy. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to open up. And so just having the respect for that process that millions and millions of people go through. Yeah.
I think we covered quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think we covered quite a bit. I think we did a good job.
What do you think?
Perfect.